Hey, what's up, guys? John here. Joe Biden is proposing a 3-month tax holiday for gas and diesel. Now, many people are probably very excited about this. I have my reservations. I think that we could see a big problem at the end of this. So what's essentially happening right now is, we're all aware, inflation's through the roof, gas prices are very high. It's very challenging for most Americans. We have record high debt, both consumer debt and household debt. Things are tough, right? And people need relief. But this challenge here is, I think, going to set us up for a much bigger fall. So over the next 3 months, we may see, slight relief at the pump. Maybe you save $3 on a fill up or $5, minimal, right? But during this period, we're seeing less oil and gas production being produced. And at the end of this, you have to remember, we're in June, so July, August, September, we'll be stepping into the winter months. So as we step into the winter months, we'll be hit with higher and higher prices. We could literally be stepping into higher prices now, and the reason that we're doing this gas tax holiday could be to offset some of the attention going towards this. It's a question that I have. So Biden calls for a 3-month suspension of gas and diesel tax. He go on to say that the president can do remarkably little to fix prices that are set by global markets, profit-driven companies, consumer demand, and aftershocks from Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the embargoes that followed. The underlying problem is a shortage of oil and refineries that produce gas, a challenge a tax holiday cannot necessarily fix. Mark Zandi, a chief economist at Moody's Analytics, estimates that the majority of the 8.6% inflation seen over the past 12 months in the U.S. comes from higher commodity prices due to Russia and continued disruption from the pandemic, right? That's what they are saying, that this inflation is due. It's not due to us, what we've done to the economy, that we have personally done in terms of putting 40% of all U.S. dollars in circulation. All of the changes that we personally made, it's not that. It's, the other thing, right? It's our response that was the problem. It's nothing else, right? And so we step into this problem here where we're going to lose out on $10 billion worth of expense with removing this tax holiday. So a $10 billion budget. So where's that money going to come from? Biden says that it's going to be paid for, right? It will be paid for, even though gas taxes make up a substantial source of revenue for the fund. So this is for roads. This is for the infrastructure. We're going to be losing that $10 billion. And then all the while, we have this situation that came out just a couple of days ago. Environmental groups sue Biden to block 3,500 oil and gas drilling permits. Right? A coalition of environmental groups this week sue Biden administration in an effort to stop more than 3,500 permit applications from energy companies to drill for oil and gas on federal lands. The group argued that the administration hasn't considered the damage that climate-changing carbon dioxide emissions from drilling does to endangered species, and that permit approvals in Wyoming and New Mexico violated several federal laws. The group said that burning of fossil fuels from the drilling is heating the planet and damaging imperiled species like Hawaiian songbirds, desert fish, ice seals, and polar bears, right? Then this came out just today. This came out 24 hours ago. Biden administration delays oil and gas lease sales again amid environmental protests, right? So we are seeing more and more challenges with accessing traditional fossil fuels. So what I wonder, it's a question I have for myself and a question I have for you, is the net result of the limiting source of fossil fuels that we are going to be going through right now. This offset that we're doing with this tax holiday, could that be factored in? Are they anticipating much higher prices? And if they are anticipating higher prices, will these higher prices be felt in mass during the holidays, the winter holidays? Talking September, October, November, December, we're going to be stepping into a situation where currently one in four Americans cannot afford their utility bills. So they can't afford it with these lower prices. Imagine if things continue, we could likely see higher and higher and higher prices where we could be stepping into a big problem. So the big reservation that I have is, the Department of Land Management, the agency tasked with overseeing oil and gas developments on public lands, announced Friday that the dates for 3 lease sales slated for New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming would take place at the end of the month. The 3 sales have already been rescheduled once before the same reason. The date for this sale is shifted slightly to complete the analysis required for the National Environmental Policy Act and allow time for the protest resolutions, the Bureau of Land Management said in an announcement Friday. The Bureau of Land Management originally scheduled the New Mexico and Colorado sales for June 16th. in Wyoming for the sale this week. In addition, a separate oil and gas lease in Nevada scheduled for June 14th was delayed 2 weeks earlier this month. 2 others set for June 28th in Utah and Montana haven't been pushed back. Greenhouse gas pollution resulting only from existing federal fossil fuel development and potential development from leases and drilling permits already issued but not yet under production would contribute to a catastrophic climate change and unnecessary and undue degradation to the atmosphere and other public lands valued that the Bureau of Land Management is legally obligated to protect. A coalition of 13 environmental groups wrote May 18th protesting filing challenges the Nevada sale. The group, led by Western Environmental Law Center, argued that the administration wasn't legally required to hold the sales as it had argued and that it would need to conduct an extensive environmental review before proceeding. So this is what I believe is happening. I think that we're going to move in this direction. I think that this gas tax is going to be a thing, and maybe it brings down prices, 10 cents, 20 cents a gallon. People are going to be excited for the short term. But what also happens here? We could maybe see people that are taking out more debt, more liabilities, spending more money, simply thinking that they can afford more. But then they get hit with a big shock when September rolls around and the utility bills start to really creep up, especially in the Northeast, New Jersey, Boston, New York City, a variety of other locations, San Francisco, places where it's going to start to get a little bit more cold during the winter. People are going to be using more, heat for their properties. So I think we could see a very big change here. I think this gas tax is not a long-term relief. If anything, I think it positions us for further weakness in this economy. I think really the problem is that we have less supply than we actually need, and supply and demand are determining price, and we're going to have to see more and more of this demand, which is going to further increase prices, and I think it's going to catch many consumers by complete surprise. What do you think about this entire situation? Drop your comments below. Hit the like button. YouTube's going to share this content to educate more people about what's going on in the economy and the real estate market. Subscribe on my second YouTube channel. It's going to be a call-in show, an interactive call-in show this upcoming week. I'm really looking forward to it. And LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, everything's in the banner. You need help restoring or fixing your credit? CashNow.video. You want to invest in real estate when the market crashes? CashNow.video. You want to get started on YouTube, maybe build out your own channel. You don't know where to begin? Partner up with me. CashNow.video. Join my bi-weekly calls, my private community, and my courses as well. All right, guys, catch you in the next video.